LDR boyfriend M23 cheated on me F20 after 3 years together with another girl F20 I think do I tell the other girl? Long story short, I figured out from 3,000 miles away he's been cheating. Started with a phone call popping up on his screen with the girl's name on FaceTime. I said go take your phone call. He refused, said it was his male friend, confused, gaslit me and made me rethink the name I had read. Wasn't a huge alarm bell because I thought I just misread the name. Then I found them with matching IG profile pics of all things. Praise be to the Instagram algorithm suggesting her account to me the day after the phone call incident LOL, and I put 2 and 2 together and confronted him. He admitted to it. From the date in the girl's bio lol, they've been together for 9 months. We were together for about 3 years. He knew her before he knew me. Didn't think anything of it. He still insists at the beginning nothing was going on, but flirts and time happened around 9 months ago. He had a snap streak with her since before we knew each other properly. Whatever, didn't bother me when I saw it. Anyway, now he's been cheating with her. Emotionally and physically, but she's still partly LDR, I believe. I'm not entirely sure. She doesn't know he was with me, has no idea of our relationship or my existence. He said he's too scared to break up with her because she's suicidal, self-harms. It's very upset with him, i.e. he claims he was forced to do the Instagram profile pic thing because otherwise she got upset and would cut, and she takes anger out on him. Issues with drugs and alcohol, parents drug addicts, so not a supportive home life. He is kind of therapist-esque for her, I think. Supports her and whatever. We talked for about an hour after I confronted him, which is why I know all this. Classic cheater caught scenario, crying, apologizing. The kicker was when I said break up with her and block her. It's unhealthy for you and unfair for her. She needs professional mental health help, which you can't provide, and you're screwing with your own sanity. Refused, said she'd KLL herself and he couldn't deal with that on his conscience. I was like, I'll DM her then and tell her if he is too chicken to, please don't, she'll KLL herself. I think he genuinely worries about her, unsure. I don't know who he is anymore lol. To make it very clear, he didn't tell me he was cheating. Repeatedly reassured me he could never cheat, loved me, reassuring and kind. Blah blah. I worked out he was cheating for myself through a convenient phone call which he panic swiped away, and then the blessed Instagram algorithm. Then I confronted him and he admitted to it. I don't have any resentment towards the other girl at all, because she doesn't know who I am. All blame on my ex in this scenario. But now I'm dealing with a moral conundrum. Do I tell her? The potentially suicidal, depressed, recovering current drug and alcohol addicted youngish girl, that her boyfriend of at least 9 months, and I'm guessing they've been talking, flirting for longer, had a girlfriend of 3-ish years, February 2018 till yesterday, June 2021. And that he's been lying to her and to me? Or do I not get involved and leave them be? Again, to make it very clear before anyone jumps down my throat, I'm not trying to be a homewrecker or whatever and ruin her life and his. I just genuinely am concerned that I am morally obliged to tell her. Because personally, I would have wanted someone to tell me if my boyfriend was cheating. And if the situ was reversed and she had known, I would have wanted her to let me know too. Unsure though with her mental health problems, don't want to be responsible for suicide or anything like that. Please advise, give your opinions, but treat me gently because I found out boyf has been cheating on me for almost a year, less than 12 hours ago lol. Thanks. Update. LDR boyfriend M23 cheated on me F20 after 3 years together with another girl F20 do I tell the other girl? Boyfriend of 3 years cheating with someone else. They've been together for 9 months. I broke up with him. She doesn't know I exist. She sounds severely depressed, suicidal and self-harms plus issues with drugs and alcohol. He asked me not to tell her as she would kill herself. Unsure if I should. Moral conundrum. Help. I told her. Sent her a long message from my own Instagram account, no burners or anything. Lots of empathy and kindness. Told her I was on her side. She asked for proof, sent that through. Ex texted me 5 minutes later with "You did it, hey?" I'd blocked him on all social medias except for phone number. Then he weirdly thanked me, said it was better for his head and mental health now. I did him a favor. Baffled me a little. Sent him a couple harsh text messages explaining it wasn't for him, but for her. She deserved the truth. He apologized again, lol, and then I sent him a final message and blocked. Girl seemed devastated, not angry at me thankfully, as I was scared of her spinning it against me, which I don't think I could have handled in my delicate state, lol. Told her I was there for her. Had a little chat, but haven't talked to her since 12 hours ago. Not expecting to continue talking. Dunno if she properly broke up with him, or taking a break since they still follow each other, but she changed her profile pic so it's no longer matching and relationship date from her bio is gone. None of my business what happens next, I just hope she's okay and takes the next steps which are healthy for her. No idea if she's suicidal, self-harming. I had that in the long message sent to her that he told me you were vulnerable and suffering from depression, so I debated sending this message, but I think you deserve the truth. Inevitably, I think it's better for her to know rather than confide in a liar who is abusing her vulnerability. Thank you to everyone who replied on the previous post. Definitely helped to see other strangers agreeing with sending a message and informing her. If anyone ends up in a similar situ, I hope you never do, but send the message to the unknowing affair partner. It'll relieve your conscience, I think, even though you're not in the wrong. That sounds weird, but trust me, I know I was the one cheated on and that she was the other woman, but it still felt good to tell her what the real truth was, rather than him spinning it against me or never telling her. It's kinda like a final kaboom in my ex's face, making sure he can't just go crawling to his other girlfriend now that I broke up with him, and she knew the full truth and can decide what to do next, break up or stay together. I feel relieved. I have finally stopped feeling nauseated and throwing up. Had my first good night's sleep since I found out. Nothing but bad feelings for the ex. I dunno if it's hate, that's a strong word. I resent what he put me through, and the waste of time, and the lies for such a long time. He's made me unsure of myself and everything he told me, but I have enough self-respect to break up with him. Miss what I thought we had, I think? I dunno. It was all lies, I guess. I want him to figure himself out, mature and eventually settle down, not with me. Holding all my resentment against the cheating ex, not a fair partner. The hurt is setting in now. Last couple days it was anger. Now it's just pain, lol. Now, can anyone offer post-discovering your long-term partner's been cheating on you for almost a year advice? I'm not used to not being busy and am having too many thoughts. I just finished final exams, so I've been studying for months and been busy, and now it's nothing. Glad I found out after exams, but not sure what to do now. Advice appreciated. Redditor's reactions. Story 2 after. Redditor 1, when he comes crawling back, and believe me babe, he will, you shoot me a message and I'll Venmo you money for a drink on me. So proud of you, girl. Redditor 2, how utterly devastating. You've handled yourself really well, and believe me when I tell you that in the near distant future you'll be able to look back on this whole episode without pain, and you'll actually feel proud of how you handled yourself during a time of such hurt, betrayal, confusion and pain. You've done so well to retain your empathy and ability to look at the bigger picture through this trauma, and these qualities will serve you well as you gain distance and perspective. The pain will slowly diminish with each passing day until one day in a year or two you'll end up in a conversation about exes, and realize you'd forgotten him, and that when you discuss the breakup it will be in terms of how you prevented his other GF from being deceived by this cheating liar. Answer, I hope so. I appreciate your kindness and I hope in the future he'll feel like a little speck. Thank you. Redditor 3, proud of you. Take care of you now entirely. Self-love, trips, hobbies, etc. You're a gem and deserve all the good things. Story 2, my 29 and soon-to-be ex-husband seems to feel entitled to another chance with me. 28F. My husband and I have been together almost 8 years, married for 2.5 of those. Last May 2019 we separated seemingly overnight. He left me and our toddler and moved back to his hometown. There was never a solid reason given, just that he felt we should have never gotten married. In July, he changed his tune and wanted to be a family again. He was still at his job in his hometown, so I decided I would ride it out at my job in a different city for a couple of months to build my resume and then start looking for other jobs in his hometown. After 6 months of a brutal commute, taking care of our child during the week by myself and driving to his hometown every weekend, interviewing, basically bending over backwards, I finally landed a great job in December, a week before I was to move into the new house we were buying together and start my new job. I found out he had been having an affair. He begged and pleaded for me to stay with him, said he'd break off all contact, and I foolishly agreed to give him another chance. 2 days later, while I was back in the different city and completing my last week of work at my old job, he unblocked her on everything and liked her pictures on Instagram. I was devastated. On top of that acid show, he kicked me out of the house we were supposed to move in together, and I had to find a new place to live 2 days before starting my new position. We have lived separately ever since. He has said and done so many hateful things in this time period, and said so many times that he wants a divorce that I've lost count. Up until a month ago, he was still maintaining contact with her. I saw her car at his house, took pictures for the lawyers, etc., and he admitted he had been talking with her still. I stopped doing the pick-me dance about a month ago and stopped reaching out to him besides contact about our child. Now he has suddenly changed his tune and is desperate to get me back, and will do anything. He has unfollowed her on everything, unliked all her pictures, tells me not to give up on our family. I've moved on. I am not interested in pursuing another relationship with him. He's hurt me deeply, and I feel like I've been ducked over by him so many times that I've lost count. How can I tell him there isn't a chance without sounding like a completely heartless person? I still want to be able to maintain a strong co-parenting relationship with him, so I am friendly to him, but he seems to take that as I want him back. I have relayed to him my feelings, but they fall on deaf ears. He says he will never stop trying to get our family back together and does not want a divorce. I do. Does anyone have advice? Edited to add, just to show the kind of person he is. When I asked him about the reason for his sudden change of heart, he said it was because I seemed stronger. Ah, the irony. Honestly, a big thank you to the prick for yanking the rug under my feet not once, but twice, because I truly have realized how much better I can do and how I don't need anyone but myself to have a happy life. Second edit, seriously, thank you to everyone who has read my story and commented. You have no idea how much it's helping me to focus on myself and realize I need stop considering the feelings of someone who had no consideration of mine. I only hope that anyone who is in a similar situation realizes that you can and you do move on. And I promise that you will feel like a 10,000-pound weight has been lifted off your back. Third edit, he is being served papers in the next 1-2 weeks. Guarantee the I've changed mask slips off. I hope I'm wrong, but I've learned all too well that my gut feelings are usually spot on. Hopefully I'll be back with an update in a few months with the good news that the split is official. Update. My 29M soon-to-be ex-husband seems to feel entitled to another chance with me. 28F. Well, turns out my gut instincts were right. The entire time he was begging for another chance and promising this time would be different. I rolled. He was still sleeping with the affair partner and telling him he loved her and would do anything to make it work with her. It didn't even hurt me to find it out. I was that unsurprised. It just helped me stop feeling guilty. I divorced his ass. I thank the universe every day that he is no longer connected to me in a romantic way. It feels like an enormous weight has been lifted off my shoulders. Shortly after my original post, I met someone by chance at a wedding and fell in love. This person is everything my ex-husband was not. The kindness, compassion, and respect they show not just me, but to my daughter as well, is like something from a dream. I never knew love could be so easy. To anyone in a loveless marriage reading this, leave. Do the hard thing, especially if they have a pattern of leaving, returning, cheating, etc. Lord knows I was terrified to cut the cord. At one point in time, I was actually starting to feel bad for the guy because he was begging me every single day for another chance. He tried to convince me that getting a divorce would ruin my future, our daughter's future, that she would come from a broken family, but it was the exact opposite. It was broken already and I fixed it. Once I made up my mind that divorce was the best option, I absolutely thrived. I learned independence. I found how to be happy on my own. I found happiness in a partner. Life has never been so sweet. The bad asset makes the good asset so much better. Thank you, Reddit, for the support on my original post. It helped turn my graveyard into a garden. Redditor's reaction story 3 after. Redditor 1, it was already broken and I fixed it. Gold. What a perfect way to say it. Redditor follow-up, yes. You are so awesome and this was such a wonderful update to read, rooting for you. Redditor 2, my husband feels he's entitled to another chance with me. Narrator, he isn't. Redditor 3, let me guess, when he found out you found someone else he started freaking out and saying you were breaking the family. I had a friend like this. He cheated constantly and then she found someone else. Suddenly he was the victim crying to the friend group. He is not a friend anymore. Answer, he had a massive freak out when he found out I was seeing someone else. The irony is unreal. Story 3, my boyfriend admitted to cheating on me for months. Sorry for such a long read. My 20F boyfriend 23M of 9 months admitted to cheating on me for almost our whole relationship. We started dating late May 2021, and things were great in the beginning. We were always together every chance we could get. Fast forward to August, I got a new job and was often less available, but made time to see him whenever possible. We still saw each other at least a few times a week and always on weekends if we could. Around late August, September, he started continuously ignoring me and missing our plans. Like almost every time we had plans, we would make plans with a set day and time. I would get ready. Said time would come and no answer. I'd wait for hours after and nothing. He'd always text me the next day saying he was sorry with an excuse. This went on for a while till the point where I was finally fed up and confronted him. He said he felt a lack of interest from my side, and we both agreed to be better. One night we went out with a group of his friends for his birthday. After the bars closed, a female friend of his came up to us and asked him to have an after party at his place. He agreed. I can't exactly remember how, but we got separated talking to each of our friends outside while waiting for Ubers, and when I tried finding him again he was gone. I was kind of insulted that he didn't even ask what my plans were and just left me without saying anything. I tried calling him to make sure he was going to his place and asked if I should come there. He was not answering, but drunk we decided to Uber me and my friend to his place anyways. When we got there we would need him to let us in. He lives in an apartment building, so I was trying to call him but no answer. I texted one of his friends to ask if he'd seen him and he said yeah, he went to his place but with a girl. I texted my boyfriend what he said and he immediately started FaceTiming me. He was covering the camera and said he was at some bar that was open after hours, that he hasn't been on his phone and he doesn't know why his friend would say that. I was pissed but I just went home. He called me in the morning and apologized, reassured me he wasn't with a girl and asked to hang out later that day, which he later canceled. He ended up getting mad at his friend for lying and his friend even tried telling him he never told me that and I was making it up. Somehow I forgave him and we got over it. I think I just didn't want to believe it. And on my birthday a few months later he wasn't answering me for hours and didn't show up to my party until nearly 2 a.m. I was upset about his lack of respect for me and the plans we make. Anyways, recently he came clean that he's been cheating on me with the same girl since the night of his birthday. He says he loves me and feels awful for lying to me for so long. I am extremely hurt and I broke up with him. Is it normal for part of me to miss him, want to forgive him? I know we can't be together, but I can't help but miss him right now. Redditor's reactions. Redditor 1, he doesn't love you. He just would and will duck anyone. Just end it and don't look back. You only will get hurt. Redditor 2, it's normal to feel conflicted, you love him. Breakups suck, it's never easy to lose someone you care about. It will get better. Just don't look back. Op answer, thank you for the reassurance. I guess the whole situation just sucks. Redditor 3, oh honey, you're too good for this. You deserve so much better than this. Read, eat, pray, and FML, it will help you so much. It was made for situations like this. Best of luck to you, sweetheart. Redditor 4, sorry that guy is a piece of acid. Gaslighting you into thinking you were being distant, when he was the one that skipped your birthday. Duck this dude. Op answer, I think I always knew, but after reading all of the responses I realize how poorly he treated me. It's sad to admit, but I just loved him so much that I was willing to look past so much that I knew I didn't deserve. I also had hoped that he would change, and he was so good at convincing me he would. But it's over now, and I hope I can heal and won't tolerate someone like this again. Redditor 5, why are you still so hung up over the guy, after he has been treating you like crap for most of your relationship? You should be foaming at the mouth, sticking needles into a voodoo doll, and kicking yourself for ignoring the sea of red flags he's been beating you over the head with. Remember how he's been playing you for a fool, lied to your face, let you wait for him while he was binging his side piece, without even having the courtesy of canceling your plans, and you are mourning him? He is scum, get angry. Op answer, I realize now I did put up with a lot with the hope things would eventually get better. Redditor 6, of course it hurts and you miss him. That sucks. But don't let him back in. He ruined your trust in your relationship and will probably do it again. Be nice to yourself. Big hugs, heart. Op answer, thank you so much, I really appreciate it, heart. I'm done with him. Just going to have to work through all of these feelings.